The toe side front roll is probably one of the first inverts that you'll learn on a wakeboard, but that doesn't mean that sticking your first one will come easy. There are several mistakes that beginners usually make when attempting this trick, and almost all of them result in not making the full rotation on the flip. In this video I'm going to go over the 3 most common mistakes that most riders run into, and also show you the correct fundamentals to getting the full rotation on your toe side front roll. The first mistake that many riders make is they don't bring the correct edge into the wake. This trick definitely requires a trip flip edge, which means you should let off your edge right before going up the wake. In this side-by-side comparison, you can see that Kyle on the left has let off his edge and is standing tall, while I, on the right, am edging through the wake and leaning into my edge. The result is Kyle takes the flip straight up in a nice flipping motion, and I get catapulted forward, getting less height with a jerky whip style flipping motion. Performing the correct trip flip edge by letting off before the wake is an important part to making the full rotation. The next mistake that riders make is they come out of their tuck too early. When you come out of your tuck or start to lay out, you instantly slow the speed of your flipping rotation. At this point, you can see that both riders are tucked properly. Notice how both riders' knees are bent. Now this is where it all goes wrong for me on the right side. Notice I have straightened my legs and have come out of my tuck. As soon as I did that, my flipping rotation dramatically slowed down, resulting in under rotation. The final mistake I see riders make is they let the handle out too far from their body. This makes it harder for the rider to take the trick up, and it also stretches out the rider's body, resulting in slower rotation. You can see at takeoff that I keep the handle in tight to my body on the left, but I let the rope out on the right, not allowing me to get as much height or get my body tucked enough. One thing to notice here is how I released the handle earlier on the left side than I did on the right. There is nothing wrong with holding onto the handle for the majority of the flip, and a lot of times that is desired because you can land stronger, but just keep in mind that you can flip faster with only one hand on the handle. So while holding onto the handle with 2 hands isn't incorrect, I just want to point out that letting go of your backhand earlier will help you flip faster. So now you should have the tips needed to make the rotation on your front roll. Just remember to use the proper trip flip edge, stay tucked long enough, and keep the handle in close to use it to your advantage.